Hello and welcome back to another episode of Matty Views. Today, my cousin and I and the dog Sonoma back at it again. My cousin coming off a trip yesterday up to Mount Jackson. Conditions were great views. I don't know if we're gonna have that today. There is a winter storm warning today. So we're trying to get up to what we're calling Willey, who knows, Mount Field, and Mount Tom. So 3 peaks today, barring any kind of crazy weather. So we are coming up to a sign, and I want to get into this because this has been it just says no camping. This has been a weird trail so far because there's literally no signs to say what trail you're on, what mountains you can get to. So I'm going to keep you guys posted on that, but looking at the Google Maps, we're pretty sure we're where we're supposed to be. Follow the directions to Willey Station Road. Small parking lot, crossed over some railroad tracks like it said that we would, and just start climbing. So we'll see what happens. Watching the weather very closely in case we have to turn back. So we'll keep you posted. This one's already been kind of strange. Take care. Okay guys, perfect. So we got what we're looking for here. You want to take the Willey Range Trail. That's where you want to get to Field and Tom. And then you take the Ethan Pond, which is what we're going on to right now, to get up to Willey. And then you'll see hopefully see a sign for a junction to hit the other 2 summits. So parking lot, over some train tracks, and then up the trail. You'll see the white blaze marks on the trees. Follow those. You'll see the signage. And now we can rest a little bit knowing at least we're on the right trail. So stay with us. All right, 1.3 miles in. Got some signage here for Willey Range Trail, 0.3 miles. So based on the map and the calculations that I'm doing in my head, we're about 1.4 miles to the summit of Willey, and then 1.4 over to Field, and then like another 1.5 miles over to Tom. So we've got some snow coming down here. We're going to make a decision when we get to Willey to see if we're going to continue on. We're going to be smart. I don't think either one of us have ever been out here in any kind of treacherous conditions, so we don't want to take any chances. I know people live by no balls, no glory, but I want to protect my balls and come home safely. So the first 1.3 miles, I would say the first half a mile was definitely a struggle. It's literally straight up, so be prepared for that. The rest of it's kind of a mixed bag. Trail today, some light snow, tons of leaves, which make it a little bit slippery, so be careful there. I have not taken off the nano spikes from my last hike, and the spikes right now are pretty much useless. I would just wear a waterproof boot as the trail has a lot of water and mud. So we'll keep you posted. And unless anything interesting happens, we'll see you at the summit. All right, so 2.2 miles in, about 0.2 miles away from the summit if our maps are correct, and cool little set of what look like ladders from afar are actually kind of stairs. So this trail has been, for me, a little exhausting. I've had to stop and take a couple of breaks. And my cousin, who just did one yesterday, also was okay with stopping. So this is literally straight up right here. So be careful. It's nice to have. So yeah, we'll let you know when we get to the top. I just thought you'd like to see this. Let's let you know you're kind of on the right path. Also, there were some signs, which were great. So it first starts off kind of weird with no signage, but then you start seeing some, and we're 100% that we're going the right way. So we'll see you at the top. Okay, heading over to Mount Field, 3.5 miles in. I got us at about 2 hours and 50 minutes. Again, I would take my time and mileage with a grain of salt, because I think sometimes maybe the app loses GPS signal or it throws it off a bit. But so just look at the map, factor it in, and use whatever you'd like. But heading over here, we've seen I I'd probably say 7, 8 people hiking. So I know it can't be too bad out. Confidence level pretty high right now, as I've seen other people. And I feel like we're going to do all 3 today. So if I'm using my coordinates and maps and things correctly, we're about a half a mile away from field, and just some light snow and some ice on the rocks. I took a tumble because my nano spike, it's like I caught a branch and it caught the rubber on my spikes and took me down, but I think I just skinned my knee, but I got layers on, so I think I'm all right. So unless something cool happens, we'll see you at the summit of Mount Field. Okay, here we are, summit of Mount Field. I have 3.9 miles, 3 hours and 8 minutes in, and the trek over was actually pretty easy. A couple of spots where it's, you know, you had to go up a bit and climb, but it really wasn't that bad. There are no real signs when you're leaving Mount Willey, whatever it may be, but snow's coming down at a nice little pace. Other people out on the trail, so there's markings, so I feel confident that we're not going to get lost. And now to get over to Mount Tom is about 1.5, 1.6 miles. So we'll head over there, and then we're going to make our trek out. And barring anything crazy, we'll get out of here alive. But again, I apologize. Even though there's no view of the other mountains, it's still a gorgeous, gorgeous view just being up here. Snowing, trees look beautiful, great time of the year. It's been a pleasure so far, although it has been some work. There has been no views, but the payoff is still nice to just be out here. It's good stuff. We'll see you over at Mount Tom. Okay, so we hit a junction here heading over to Mount Tom. And there's a sign here for the Zealand Trail, Mount Tom Spur, and Crawford Notch. So my map doesn't mention the Mount Tom Spur, but my cousin's looking at his Google Maps and he's saying that's the way that we need to go, and that it looks like it's like a rock scramble up to the summit. And on the way back down, there is a sign here as well. Tells you where you're going. Confidence level really good right now. We dropped our packs over at Mount Field, which they say is 0.9 miles away. My map said 1.4. So again, take what I say with a grain of salt, because these apps and maps, I think they're all over the place. I got us at about 5 miles. My cousin has us at about 6 miles on his. So just use your head, be smart, and take breaks, and just don't get too crazy. If you don't feel safe doing something, don't do it. But right now, we haven't seen anybody on the trail, but the trails are clearly marked, haven't gone off the trail at all. Simple to navigate, but just a little bit difficult to climb at some points. It's kind of steep. So we'll see you at the top of Mount Tom. That's it. 3 summit day today, Mount Tom. And there isn't much to see up here. Snow's starting to pick up. Follow the sign for the Mount Tom Spur, and you'll see a sign that says Mount Tom, about 0.6 miles. And come right up, and that's it. You're good to go. And my phone is pretty much getting ready to die, I think, because it was searching for a signal on the way over here. So I think I had us at 6 miles or so. Again, I don't know how accurate that is, but it's starting to come down. We made it here safely, so that's always a bonus. Dropping the packs at Mount Field was a great idea. It was less weight to carry. And that's it. We're going to make our way out, and unless anything really gnarly happens, we'll see you at the end. But great time, no views, but still nice to be out here, man. It is just beautiful. Just surrounded by beauty. And, ooh, We got a gray jay. Let's see if we can get him to eat some foods out of my hand. Hold on one second. See if this little guy wants a snack here. There you go. Okay, everybody, coming off the trail. 10.7 miles, 7 hours, 15 minutes, and we are spent. Whew.